National Queer Theater is a nonprofit theater company based in New York City, dedicated to celebrating the brilliance of generations of LGBTQ plus artists and providing a home for unheard storytellers and activists. And today we have Adam Odsess-Rubin, the founding artistic director of National Queer Theater, and staging pride teacher, Kevin Smith-Kirkwood. How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. So first, what inspired your team to open up this theater?
Yeah, so I started National Queer Theater in the spring of 2018. I think partially it was a consequence of being queer in the Trump era and of needing a space to have safety for the LGBTQ community and have a space in New York City where LGBTQ artists could find a home to express themselves and where we could share stories of our community that we're telling ourselves for our own community. So National Queer Theater, we're a 501c3 nonprofit based in Brooklyn, and we offer a range of free education programs and new plays for and by the queer community.
Thank you. And then you guys are a team, but would a lot of people say that this theater is a home for many people, as in like a safe space, somewhere people can freely express their creativity?
Yeah, National Queer Theater is a home for queer artists, for students, for activists. Really, we're here to uplift the most marginalized members of our community and to have a space where we can express ourselves, where we can tell our own stories our way. And so much of the narrative around LGBTQ rights is told by mainstream media, is told by people who are outside of our community. And so we feel that art and theater and storytelling are the ways that we can open up hearts and minds so that people really understand who we are from the inside. And that actually translates to better rights at the ballot box. And it translates to parents of LGBT people, friends of LGBT people, actually voting in our best interests and taking care of our community. And that leads to our safety and well-being as a community.
Tell us about Staging Pride. I know you guys are currently in the reviewing applications process. So for those who missed the deadline, tell us more about it, because it sounds like a place that I know a lot of youth would love to come out and just have a good time and learn more about the community.
We are very excited, and myself and my co-facilitator, Amy Ackerman, and they are amazing. And I think our skills complement each other in a wonderful way. So we're both excited about starting tomorrow with these young people, and like we talked about, creating a safe space, allowing them to learn about our culture, our history, which builds pride and cements their identity, and then also creating some theater and some art. And so we're going to work with them all semester and get them to create and develop and work together and build something hopefully beautiful by the end of the semester that we can share with people. And we're also going to have food and free Metro cards and take field trips.
Yeah, so yesterday we were at the GSA Summit, which is an event that's annual, that's put on by PFLAG NYC and also the New York City Department of Education, that brings together queer and trans youth from elementary school through high school from all over the city to Midtown Manhattan for workshops and speeches, and then a resource fair where they can sign up to be part of organizations like Hedrick Martin, where they can get HIV and STI testing, and where they can sign up for a free theater program called Staging Pride. And we had a lot of interest. It was really exciting. And I think, as much as queer youth face challenges across the country and, really around the world, to just be who they are, the fact that the New York City Department of Education, the fact that the New York City government, the fact that New York City educators and funders support a program like ours, but also support programming for LGBTQ youth across the city is amazing. It really speaks to how wonderful and inclusive our city is. Not that it's perfect, but the fact that you walk into the average high school in New York City and you see posters on the wall talking about Black Lives Matter, talking about Trans Lives Matter, talking about inclusivity for queer youth, and that there's actually curriculum talking about LGBT history, is really incredible and shows the progress of our community that activists have fought for over the decades. And I just feel really privileged that we're able to offer a program like this really openly, and have youth who are excited to be a part of this, who might not have acceptance at home. Some of the youth were like, oh, would you have to, talk to my parents? And we were like, well, we're an after school program. It's up to you. But if young people are not out at home, if they live in a home environment where they can't be out of the closet or they can't be out at school, they can come down to the center and they can be part of a program with other queer youth and amazing queer educators and artists, and express themselves and be their full selves. And I think the hope, and I think this will be true, is that this will be life-saving for some youth. The rates of depression and anxiety and suicidality is so high for queer youth compared to their straight peers. So having accepting adults and an accepting environment, a safe environment, is literally saving lives. And that's why programs like this are not only fun, but really important for our community.
How can anyone learn more about the theater? If they want to get involved, anything about it, what can they do and where can they find that information?
If you want to get involved with National Queer Theater, visit www.nationalqueertheater.org or follow us on Facebook or Instagram at National Queer Theater. That's with an ER, not an RE. And if you would like to support Staging Pride Queer Youth Theater, please go to our website. Again, that's nationalqueertheater.org. You make a tax-deductible donation, and your support will go directly to supporting queer youth expressing themselves and having a safe space.